So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start on our back, relaxing into the body, connecting with the breath. So find a comfortable lying down position. And you can have some support under the knees to release the low back, or a little support under the neck to help the neck release. Then begin to connect in with your body and your breath. You might like to have your hands resting on your belly. And this can just give a little more input, help you connect a little more with the breath by feeling the movement of the belly underneath your hands. And let go, release into the support of the floor. Feel the body relax down and release. And bring in the quality of a baby's face. Allow the face to soften and relax. And as you do that, you might notice that the rest of the body responds and relaxes. The more we can soften the face, the more the rest of the body can relax. And with this quality of softness, begin to feel your breath flowing through the body. And the breath carries with it nurturance, prana, life force. And on the inhalation, drinking in that nurturance. Feel the body open up and soak it in like a sponge. And on the exhalation, feel the whole body soften and relax into the flow of the breath. You can begin to add in some gentle core work. So every time we exhale, there's a little bit of core work happening. As you exhale, feel the low belly hug in, the abdominals hug in, the lower ribs hug in. And feel just that gentle core engagement. On an inhalation, the core muscles relaxing. On an exhalation, the pelvic floor gently drawing in and up, low belly to spine, the corseting muscles lacing around and up. The ribs hug in. And the diaphragm is one of our primary stabilizers. And so as the low ribs hug in, the diaphragm's doming up. And as you inhale, the low ribs expand, the diaphragm flattening out, connecting in with that wave-like rhythm of your breath. Notice how your breath is constantly there, supporting your posture, supporting stability. And then from here, let's go ahead and draw the soles of the feet on the ground, legs about hip width apart. We're going to warm up by interlacing the hands behind the head. We'll do a little bit of somatic work here. We're going to gently press the elbows down towards the floor, slightly take the chin up and back, arch the low back. Pause there. Notice what you feel. And then allow all of that to relax. So without any effort, just release all of that. And then pause, notice what you feel in the body. And then from here, draw the low belly down towards the spine, round the low back grounds to the mat, chin to chest, elbows hug in, and curl up, grounding through the low belly to curl up. And then slowly uncurl. Feel each vertebra meet the mat. As you uncurl, feel the abdominal muscles progressively relax as you uncurl. When the head reaches the floor, you're going to hug the elbows in towards one another a little bit more. Hug the shoulders in a little bit more. And then as slowly as you can, you're going to release the elbows out to the side once again. And the key here is in that slow progressive release. This helps to release chronic shoulder tension. It also helps to bring on board the lower shoulder muscles to help release the upper shoulder muscles. And see about going as slowly as you can to facilitate this release. Tuning in as much as you can to the area of the neck and shoulders. When the arms get to the floor, we're going to slowly relax there, or pause, relax there for a moment. Notice what you feel. And then imagine you're a bear scratching your upper back on a tree. You're going to draw one shoulder blade down towards the hip at a time. And this helps to bring on board the lower shoulder blade muscles. You can also allow the hips to participate, creating like a C in the side body as you go from side to side. And then let's go ahead and come back to center. Pause at center, relax here. We're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to release the right arm down alongside you, palm up. Extend or pause for a moment in this position and notice the sacrum. So the sacrum is that triangular bone in the pelvis. And feel if one side feels more weighted to the floor or the other. And this next exercise can help to even out the pelvis where both sides can be equally weighted. So we'll take the left leg long here. So left hand behind the head, left leg long, right hand just resting down alongside you. We're going to start gently pressing the elbow towards the ground. The chin slightly lifts up and back. Head stays on the ground. Arch the low back. Lift the leg off the ground. Hover it above the ground. Point the toe. You'll feel length through the whole left side of the body. Pause there. And then go ahead and relax that down. Notice what you feel as you relax. Allow everything to release. And then here we're going to curl up, same as we did before, taking elbow to knee. So left knee is going to come into the chest. Ground the low belly down towards the spine, chin to chest, elbow to knee. You can pause there at the top for a moment and then slowly uncurl, keeping the elbow drawn into the chest. As you extend the left leg long, the heel is going to glide along the floor, coming back down to the mat. When the head reaches the ground, then you're going to slowly release the elbow out to the side. So here again, releasing the neck and shoulders. So going as slowly as you can as the elbow releases back to the floor. So same as we did earlier, slower is better. And then when the arm gets down as close to the floor as it will, pause there, relax there. And then we're going to begin this again. Ground the elbow down towards the floor, chin slightly up and back, arch the low back, lift the left leg off the ground, point the toes. The leg hovers, feel length through the whole left side of the body. Relax that. Pause there for a moment. Notice what you feel. Allow everything to release. And then ground the low belly to the spine. Low back meets the mat. Have that what allows you to curl up rather than pushing yourself up with your hand. And then elbow to knee. Chin to chest, elbow to knee. And then slowly uncurl. Keep the elbow drawn into the chest. As you extend the leg long, it can glide along the floor. When the head reaches the ground, you're going to then slowly relax the elbow out to the side to help release neck and shoulder tension, to bring on board the lower shoulder muscles. Tuning in as much as you can to what you feel here. The more you tune in, the better the body feels. And once the arm gets to the floor, pause there. And then let's draw the left foot to the ground. Take the left arm down alongside you. Pause for a moment and notice if you feel a little more balanced across the sacrum, across the pelvis. And then we're going to do this on the other side. So take the right leg long, or just take the right hand behind the head. And from here, you're going to gently press the elbow down towards the floor. Gently take the chin up and back. Arch the low back, lift the right leg off the ground, point the toes. Pause there, feel a lengthening through the whole right side of the body. And then relax that down. Pause, notice what you feel there. And then we're going to curl up. And the key to curling up is grounding the low belly to the spine, low back to mat, elbow hugs in, elbow to knee, chin to chest. You can pause as you curl up for a moment and then slowly relaxing the abdominal muscles. The heel is going to glide along the floor, one vertebra coming down at a time, keeping the elbow drawn into the head. When the head reaches the ground, slowly relax the elbow to the floor. And the more you can tune in, the more you facilitate the releasing of the chronic tension, the more you notice where you're holding tension and where you need to relax. Going as slowly as you can. When the elbow reaches the floor, we're going to pause there. Relax completely for a moment. And then we'll do this one last time. You're going to ground the elbow to the ground. Slightly take the chin up and back, arch the low back, lift the right leg off the ground, point the toes, pause there for a moment. Relax down. Allow the body to completely let go and relax. And then the key is to roll, curling up, low belly grounds to the mat, rounding the low back. Use that action to curl up, elbow to knee. And then slowly uncurl, keeping the chin drawn into the chest until the head reaches the ground, the elbow stays hugged in. Lengthen out through the right leg. And then when the head gets to the ground, slowly relax the right elbow back to the floor. And so this exercise can help even out the pelvis. So if you have one pelvis that's more forward than the other, you can do more of these exercises on that side. So for me, my left pelvis is more forwards than my right. So I do a few more of these on my left side to even that out. When you get to the ground, go ahead and relax there, pause there. And then let's take both feet to the ground. We'll just end with the same one that we started with. So interlace both hands behind the head, both feet grounded on the mat. And we'll start grounding the elbows down, chin slightly up and back, arch the low back, pause there for a moment. And without any effort, just allow that to release and relax. And then we'll curl up, low belly grounds to the mat, low back meets the mat. Allow that action to curl you up. Don't push yourself up with your hands. And then slowly uncurl, keeping the chin drawn into the chest, the elbows hugging in. When the head gets to the ground, hug everything in a little bit more. Lengthen across the upper back. Feel the muscles across the chest shorten or engage. And then from there, release everything. And the arms, they start at the torso. So tune into the roots of the arms here and have that be what's controlling the slow descent. So rather than at the joint or at the upper shoulders, connect more to the rib cage area and feel that area slowly lowering the arms down. The more those muscles come on board, the more the upper shoulder muscles can release and relax. Once the arms come to the floor, one last time, we'll do that bare back scratching. Drawing one shoulder blade down towards the mat at a time, or down towards the hip at a time, creating that C in the side body. And then coming back to center, let's draw the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side, just loosening up the low back. So that's some somatic work that I'm finding very powerful to help create change in the body. And then from here, let's come around onto our belly. And let's just rest our forehead on our hands and connect in with the breath. Allow everything to relax and release. Soften down towards the mat. And feel the 360-degree quality of your breath. On the inhalation, the ribs expand 360 degrees. And on the exhalation, the ribs gently hug in 360 degrees. That can help you connect with the movement of the diaphragm. And then from here, we're going to move into Cobra, and we're going to do Cobra in a way that we're engaging opposite arm, opposite leg. So if it works for you, we're going to go ahead and take the hands to the low back. You can always just keep the arms in a W position for more support and just focus on the lower body, keeping the upper body more stable. But if it's okay for you, we'll take the hands to the low back. And we're going to do right arm, left leg to start. So on an inhalation, lifting up, you're going to sweep the right arm around to a salute as you lift the left leg off the ground. Pause at the top, feel the cross body stabilization, right shoulder blade to left hip to right shoulder blade. And then on an exhalation, you're going to lower down, turn the head away from the sweeping arm as you take the hand back to the low back. Pause, relax completely there. And then continuing again, opposite arm, opposite leg. So left arm sweeps around to a salute, right leg lifts up. Pause at the top, shoulder blade to hip, hip to shoulder blade. On an exhalation, lower down, turn the head away from that sweeping arm for a stretch in the neck. Lower down, relax completely. Going at your own rhythm. Moving in rhythm with your breath. The slower, the better. The more stabilizing and strengthening. The slower you go. And allow yourself to relax completely before you begin again. Notice if you're sticking the chin forwards. Can you keep the neck neutral and the lift coming from the sternum rather than from the chin? Moving in rhythm with your breath. Allowing the breath to lift you up and the breath to lower you down. Next time you're done sweeping with the left arm, we'll pause in crocodile. You can create a pillow for your head with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands once again. And soften down towards the mat. You might like to rock the hips from side to side. And then from here, let's go ahead and come up onto the elbows. Have the elbows underneath the shoulders, interlace the hands. We're going to move it up into dolphin. Go ahead and curl the toes under. You can lift up onto the knees, dolphin plank. Lift up onto the knees here. So maybe you stay here, or you can lift the knees off the ground, coming all the way up into your dolphin. Press down through the elbows as you lift up through them. So you have that opposite action happening. If you want a little more, you can drop one knee down towards the floor at a time. That looks great, Jody. Good. Kind of walking the legs out if you want a little more. And then from here, let's go ahead and draw the knees up to the ground. Take the knees under the hips. We'll do a little flow here with the elbows grounded. On an exhalation, lengthen back towards child's pose without moving the elbows. So you get a nice stretch through the spine, through the back. Inhale, come forwards to elbows and knees. And on an exhalation, curl the toes under, press up and back to dolphin. So sit bones up in the air. Downward dog on the elbows. And then come back to elbows and knees. And then back towards child's pose. So that'll be the little flow. Moving in rhythm with your breath. If it feels good to be in any one pose, you can pause there for a little bit, hang out there, or you can continue with the flow. And then go ahead and stay in whichever pose felt the best to you. If you're staying in dolphin, you can walk the legs out, bending one leg at a time. If you're staying in dolphin, you can find that opposite action. Ground down through the forearms as you lengthen up through the spine, and then relax the head away from the shoulders. And then go ahead and ground the knees back to, or let's make our way up to standing. So however you'd like to get there. Take your time to allow the blood pressure to settle. So if you have blood pressure issues, just go slowly, making your way up to standing. And as you come to standing, we'll do a little bouncing. So you can imagine you're on a vibrating board and allow that bouncing action to travel up through the body. So relaxing the body as much as you can, receiving the bounce. And this helps to calm the nervous system. It also helps to loosen up the fascia, the connective tissue. So just feel your body receiving that vibration. Nice. And then slow that bouncing down. And then come into stillness and pause. And just as we did at the beginning of class, connect in with your body. Think about letting your awareness relax to the body. And feel the body receiving the breath. Just like a flower opens up and receives the sunlight. The body effortlessly receives the nourishment of the breath. And then from here, we'll go ahead and play with our balance a little bit as we lift off the heels and do some arm circles. On an inhalation, let's circle the arms forwards and up, lift off the heels. You can pause at the top, feel a stretch. And then on exhalation, lower down, lower the heels back down as you circle the arms back down. And see about allowing the breath to move the body for you. So inhaling, allow the breath to float you up. And on exhalation, lowering down, allow the breath to float you back down. See about releasing control over to the breath. As if in an intimate dance with the breath. And the breath is your lead, and you're just following its lead. We'll take those arm circles in the opposite direction. Following the breath's lead. Allow it to guide you in this dance. This dance of nourishment. Love how you're moving nice and slow, Jody. Beautiful. Really tuning in. Next time we come to the top, we'll pause there for a moment. And we're going to strengthen the feet a little bit here. On an exhalation, lower the heels almost to the floor as you take the arms to a T. And then inhale, lift the heels all the way up, press the tops of the feet forwards. On the exhalation, lower almost to the ground. And then inhale, lifting up. So there's a number of balance receptors in the ankles. So we want to have healthy feet, healthy ankles to support balance. And next time you lift up, let's pause there. So we're going to lower into a forward fold. If you want to play with balance and core strength, keep the heels lifted as long as you can. So moving into a forward fold, have bend in the knees so you can rotate from the pelvis as you lower down. At the bottom, relax the feet all the way to the ground. We're going to add a halfway lift. On an inhale, lift up halfway. Torso parallel to the floor, arms out to a T, low belly into the spine. On an exhalation, relax all the way down, relax completely. And then we'll come all the way up to standing. You can lift the heels off the ground, playing with core strength and balance as you come back up to standing. And going at your own rhythm, just like that. As much as you can, release control over to your breath. So the more relaxed we are, the more benefit we get from the movement. So see about flowing easily with your breath. Noticing where you might be holding tension unnecessarily, maybe in the face, in the jaw. For me, my tongue, for some reason, always wants to participate. So I always have to relax my tongue, relax my jaw. And what is it for you? Next time we come to the top, we'll pause there. Relaxing the shoulders. And then we're going to go into that halfway lift end state. So exhaling all the way down. Moving into the halfway lift, some core strengthening here. We'll do a little arm movement as we come into the halfway lift. Take the arms long alongside the ears. On an exhalation, imagine you're pulling a bar, take it behind the head, shoulder blades draw down on the back. On an inhalation, press that bar forwards. And on an exhalation, pull that bar back. Feel the movement of the shoulder blades as you do this. So moving from the roots of the arms, moving the arms from the rib cage area. And next time the arms are long and extended, we'll go ahead and relax all the way down, release into your forward fold. And whatever feels good here, this is kind of free play. You might like to walk the legs out. You might like to go from side to side. Whatever supports you here, relaxing the neck and shoulders. Notice the weight in your feet. Are you equally balanced through the feet? If not, how do you adjust to find that equal balance? And then slowly, let's make our way up. Coming out. And then relax the arms down. Then pause for a moment and just connect in with your body and your breath. If you have any tension anywhere, you can do that undulation, that non-linear movement. It's kind of like dance. Bring a free-flowing, free-form, nice. Good, like you're dancing, everybody. And then go ahead and make your way into stillness and pause and feel your body. So the pauses are just as important as the movement. So training ourselves to be connected with the body, training ourselves to notice what's happening in the body. And the more connected we are with the body, the better we feel, the less anxious we are. So settling into the body. And then from here, we're going to set up for a little flow with Warrior Two. So coming to the edge of the mat where the left foot can be parallel to the edge of the mat and the right heel will be at the instep. And Leslie, you can just do this very small, so you don't have to take a very big step. Or if this doesn't feel good to you, you can do it in a chair as well. Or whatever feels good to you, you can do instead. So from here, take the right foot forwards, keeping that line heel to instep. And on an inhalation, we'll bend that front leg, take the arms out to a T. And on an exhalation, let's go ahead and release out, just straightening the front leg, lowering the arms. So checking your knee position as you go in, you want the knee tracking over that second toe or going towards the pinky toe. You just want to be mindful that the knee's not falling inward. So next time you go into your warrior two, let's pause there. We're going to add reverse warrior. So an exhalation, back hand to back thigh, front arm reaches up and over. Imagine you're lifting up and over a big ball. And then inhale back to center. And we're going to take extended side angle here, forearm to thigh. Fingertips reach up and over. Inhale back to your warrior two. And then exhale, release the arms, straighten the front leg. So that'll be the flow. You can do the whole flow or whatever components feel good to you. Inhaling to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Imagine you're lifting up and over a big ball. So you're not collapsing on the inner arch. Inhale back to warrior two. And then exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, reaching that top arm long. Nice. Inhaling back to your warrior two. And exhale, releasing out. Inhaling to warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. And extended side angle. Next time we come out, we'll pause there. Allow yourself to relax completely as you pause. And then we're going to go into the pose and stay in your favorite pose. So whichever of the poses felt good to you, go ahead and stay there. Making your way into it. And looking for that quality of effort without effort. So where do you need to engage? Where do you need to relax? Notice the quality of your face. Can you find that baby space, even in strengthening? Yeah, good job. Taking a look at your knee. Make sure your knee is not falling inward. And then go ahead and relax, release out. And step the back foot to the front. And then take a moment and do some undulation, that non-linear movement, that dancing kind of flowing to help loosen the fascia, release any tension that might have built up from that pose. And then from here, let's set up on the other side. So take the right foot parallel to the edge of the mat, then left heel to the instep, and let's just trace that line. Heel to instep. And then take a moment, check your positioning. When you bend that front leg, you want the knee over the ankle, knee tracking the second toe, or even pressing to the pinky toe. So let's go in and out a few times before we add the other components. On an inhalation, coming into your warrior two. On an exhalation, releasing out. And maybe this is the pose for you. Maybe you just stay with this one. Inhaling to warrior two. Exhaling out. One more time, just warming up. And then we'll add the other components. Inhaling to your warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior, lifting up and over that big ball. Inhale back to your warrior two. And then exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, reach the fingertips long, one long line. Inhaling back to your warrior two. And exhaling out. So going at your own rhythm. Flowing with your breath. In this intimate dance with your breath. And the slower you go, the more strengthening. The more you're bringing on board all those little muscles. When we go fast, we're relying on the muscles that are already strong. And so by going slow, we create more strength, more stability. And it's also more calming for the mind. It becomes like a moving meditation. Tuning in as much as you can to what you're feeling in the body. And next time we come out, we'll pause. Allow yourself to relax completely. And then go into the pose that felt best to you. And whatever you did on one side, do the same thing on this side, just for balance. And as you stay, where are you holding tension unnecessarily? Where can you relax? And where do you need to create a little more stability? Where do you need to engage? And see about resorting to your breath to support you, to sustain you. Be mindful of that front knee, you just don't want it falling inward. So press it out towards the pinky toe. And slowly come out, nice. Beautiful work, step the back foot to the front. And do that undulation, that non-linear movement. Wherever you might feel a little tight, bring some fluid movement there. And this is great to do anytime in your day, an excuse to dance. And then go ahead and come into stillness. Let's pause. And connecting with your body, notice what you feel. So training yourself to always connect in. The more we're in tune with our body, the better we feel. Where are you holding tension? Can you soften there? And by simply bringing your awareness to that area, that helps it to release, relax, and let go. And then let's go ahead and step wide. We're going to move into goddess posture, turn the feet out. Creating a little strength here. We're going to play with W arms. So imagine you have hitchhiker thumbs and just point your thumbs back behind you. This helps to set the shoulder blades on the upper back. All right, Charlie's already going for it. Good. On an inhalation, sink into your goddess posture. Let's do a wide V with the arms. So arms traveling into a wide V. On an exhalation, come out, do a narrow V with the arms. Draw the elbows into the torso. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Inhaling into your goddess posture, do a wide V, shoulder blades widen apart. Exhale, coming out, elbows hug in, shoulder blades draw down and together on the back. So you can imagine you have some PT rubber bands that you're holding with the hands. So you're moving against resistance, you're pulling those resistance bands towards you and then opening against resistance as well. And next time we go into our goddess posture, we'll stay there. Press the knees out here, so pressing the knees out towards the pinky toes. Imagine there's a wall behind you. So draw the low belly into the spine. Feel yourself supported by a wall behind you. And then let's stir the pot with our elbows to strengthen the upper back a little bit. Imagine you have big, thick pots of porridge and you're using your elbows to stir that thick porridge. Tune into the shoulder blades, strengthening the upper back here. And take those circles in the opposite direction as well. Where are you holding tension? Relax. And then let's slowly bring this to rest and come out. Let's point the toes forwards. We'll move in and out of a wide-legged forward fold and we'll incorporate that halfway lift that we did earlier here too. On an inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up. On the exhalation, coming down, have some bend in the knees so you can rotate from the pelvis. Inhale, come up halfway, belly to spine. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing. So going at your own rhythm with this. In this intimate dance with your breath. Following your breath's lead. Releasing control over to the breath. Next time you come into that halfway lift, let's stay there. And as we stay in the halfway lift, we're going to do windmill arms. So on an exhalation, take right hand to left foot, back to halfway, and then left hand to right foot, back to halfway, arms out at a T, and go side to side like that. So a little more core strengthening as we add a little element of a twist. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Next time you come to halfway, pause there. And then release all the way down into the forward fold. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. And free play here. So whatever feels good to you here. And then from here, let's make our way all the way down to the floor. And let's go ahead and come onto your left side. If you have a pillow or a blanket, go ahead and place it underneath the head. So the head is in line with the spine. We're going to take the arms long, one on top of the other. We're going to start with clams for the upper body. Here, the heels can be drawn in line with your tailbone. Knees drawn in towards the chest. And as you're ready, on an inhalation, you're going to reach that top arm forwards, moving from the shoulder blade area. Then on an exhalation, you're going to arc that top arm overhead, take it to the floor behind you, allow the head to follow the hand. You're going to inhale there. And then on an exhalation, close the arms back together. So feel like you're flowing through water. Inhaling, finding length. And on your exhalation, you're either opening or closing the arms. And see about releasing control over to the breath. As if the breath is moving the body for you. The head following the hand. As you inhale, you're finding length. And as you exhale, you're either opening or closing the arms. Next time you're in that open position, we'll go ahead and stay there. And relaxing the chest down towards the floor. And see, where are you holding tension? Can you soften there? Can you relax there? And as you relax that area, you might find another area that's holding on, and then continue to progressively relax throughout the body. And then from here, let's go ahead and close the arms back together. Then we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do some somatic work here. So we're going to interlace the hands. You can remove the pillow if you'd like. Interlace the hands behind the head and open the chest towards the ceiling. And we're going to adjust the legs to a 90-degree angle. So as if you're sitting in a chair, legs at 90. So rather than the heels drawn in, legs at 90. Chest open to the ceiling. So from this position, you're going to take the knees together as you take the feet apart. So lead with the outer edge of the foot. This gets into the IT band, the outside of the leg. And then go ahead and relax that down. And then from here, we're going to close the elbows towards one another. So closing the elbows as you take the knees apart. So elbows close, knees apart. And then you're going to close the knees. You're going to take the elbows apart, move back into that position that we were just in, and take the feet apart. And then from there, you're going to exhale, close the elbows together, knees apart. Good, nice, Jody. And then inhale, open, chest opens to the ceiling, elbow opens back, feet apart, lead with the outer edge of the foot. So going at your own rhythm with this. And an exhalation, closing. As you close the elbows together, try not to round the upper back, but feel a wall behind you. Try to keep the upper back nice and straight. And continue flowing in this exercise. This helps to kind of reestablish the balance between the shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle. And then next time the elbows are closed in towards one another, go ahead and stay there. And then we're going to set up for this on the other side. So switching sides. We'll start with the pillow under the head. We'll do clams for the upper body. So here the heels are back in line with your tailbone. Arms long, one on top of the other. Thank you, Jody. Nice, so I can see you. Perfect. And as you're ready, flowing with your breath. On an inhalation, top arm reaches forward. On the exhalation, arc the arm overhead, soft elbow, the head following the hand. Inhaling that open position. And on an exhalation, closing the arms back together. And you have some options with this one. You can either arc the arm overhead, or it can go in a straight line. So you can, maybe it feels better on the shoulder just to go in a straight line versus arcing overhead. So you can explore, experiment what feels appropriate for your shoulder. On an inhalation, you're finding length. On an exhalation, you're either opening or closing the arms. And again, the slower you go, the more you're bringing on board all those little muscles versus relying on the muscles that are already strong. And it's also more calming for the mind. Next time you're in that open position, let's go ahead and stay there. And see about relaxing into the pose. Where are you holding tension? Can you bring in that quality of a baby's face? Notice as you soften the face, the rest of the body responds, relaxes and softens. And then go ahead and close the arms back together. And here, let's adjust the legs to sitting in a chair. So heels in, ankles in line with knees, 90 degrees. You can remove the pillow, or if the pillow is helpful, you can keep it there. Interlace the hands behind the head. Let's start with the chest open to the ceiling. Take the knees together, feet apart. And then go ahead and close the feet together. Close the elbows together and take the knees apart. Try to keep the upper back extended versus rounded. And then take the elbows apart, feet apart. The chest opens towards the ceiling. And moving nice and slowly. So you can tune into what's happening in your body. Feel where you're holding tension, where you need to relax, where you need to engage. And try to release control over to your breath. And then next time the elbows are closed together, let's go ahead and stay there. And then let's roll over onto our back. Let's draw the knees into the chest, arms down alongside you. On an inhalation, press the feet up to the ceiling as you sweep the arms overhead. On an exhalation, bend the legs, lower the arms, turn the head to the side. You're going at your own rhythm. Sweeping the arms overhead, pressing the feet up, exhaling, lowering the arms, turning the head to the side, thighs draw back into the chest. Flowing in rhythm with your breath. And next time the feet are pressing up to the ceiling, let's go ahead and pause there. You can relax the arms down alongside you. And then let's scissor the legs, exhaling the right leg down towards the floor and then up, and then left leg down towards the floor and up. And you can do very small movement. You don't have to lower that far, or you can do big movement. Whatever feels appropriate to your body, keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. And again, the slower you go, the better. Next time you're done scissoring the left leg down, let's pause at the top. And as you pause at the top, you can take the hands to the legs and see about hugging the legs in towards the torso a little bit more to get more of a stretch through the legs. And then from here, go ahead and release the soles of the feet to the ground. We're going to move in and out of bridge pose a few times here. If you have a block, you can place it in between the thighs for some core stability. Legs about hip width apart. We'll have the arms down alongside us. And on an inhalation, ground through the heels, lift up through the spine as you sweep the arms overhead. And on an exhalation, slowly lower down as you release the arms back down alongside you. So moving in rhythm with your breath. See about releasing control over to the breath. And flow in this intimate dance with your breath as you move in and out of your bridge pose. If you want to make it a little more strengthening, you can have the heels lifted off the ground. As you go up and down, that will engage the backs of the legs a little bit more. Next time you're lifted up, we're going to pause there. You can take the arms into any comfortable position. Arms can be down alongside you. You can take goalpost arms. You can interlace the hands underneath you, whatever feels appropriate. And as you stay in your bridge pose, do you feel more weighted on one side or the other? Can you even that out where you feel equal work in both legs? Where can you relax? And then slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time, coming out. Relax the low back to the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Let's do a little Apanasana, cupping the knees with the hands. On an inhalation, just straighten the arms, knees travel arm's length. On an exhalation, hug the knees back into the chest. Just stretching out the back, gentle movement. And then from here, take the soles of the feet to the ground, legs about hip width apart. We're going to do a little release for the wrists and the elbows here. Take the arms to like 45-degree angle out from the body. Arms are rested down on the floor, palms facing up. And this is somatic work again here. We're just going to inhale, lift the forearms off the ground. So the elbows are going to stay on the ground, lifting the forearms up here as well to like a 45-degree angle. And then from here, we're just going to play with the hands a little bit. So keeping the arms lifted in this position. We're going to exhale or just progressively move with the breath. So as we go slowly, just moving with the breath, you're going to draw the hands into fists. And then you're going to curl the knuckles in towards the arms. So you get a stretch through the front of the wrist. So do a curling of the fists. Pause there, feeling that. And then release back to neutral. Allow the fingers to uncurl, keeping the arms lifted in this position. And then from here, with the palms facing up, now you're going to draw the fingers back towards the forearms. So you're going to be pressing out through the heel of the hand as the fingertips try to touch the forearms. And then release to neutral. So the palms facing up. This is our neutral position. Arms are still elevated in this 45-degree position. And then let's do that again. You're going to curl, do a curling in with the fists. Try to touch the knuckles to the inside of the forearm. Feel a stretch through the wrist. You can pause there. And then you're going to release to neutral. Uncurl the hands. Palms facing the ceiling or palms facing up. And then you're going to try to touch the fingertips to the forearms. Reaching out through the heel of the hand. And then relax back to neutral. Let's just do that one more time. Doing a curling in of the fists. Try to touch the knuckles to the insides of the forearms. Feeling a stretch through the wrist. And then releasing to neutral. One last time. We'll take the fingertips towards the forearms. And then releasing to neutral. And then from here, let's take the arms out to a T. We're going to do washcloth arms with a very tiny little gentle twist. So for washcloth arms, palms are right palm faces up, left palm down. And you're going to look at the right palm. And then you're going to reverse that. You're going to take the right palm to the floor, left palm up, and the head is just going to release over to look at the open palm. Feel this movement initiate from the center of the chest, from the center of the upper back, as you spiral through the arm line. And then we're going to add the legs, the legs going in the opposite direction, just like maybe 2 or 3 inches. So very tiny little movement, a very gentle twist to help release the low back and the sacrum. So doing this washcloth arm action as you gently take the knees just gently in the opposite direction. Feet are staying on the ground. And it's amazing, this tiny little movement, this tiny little twist, how much it can release in the low back and the sacrum area. In the hips. So big is not always better. And then go ahead and bring everything back to center. Let's draw the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around the thighs or the shins. We're going to tuck into a tight ball a few times. And an exhalation, chin to chest, forehead to knees. And then release the torso back down onto the mat. Keep the thighs drawn into the chest. And do that a few times, tucking into a tight ball. Relaxing one last time. And then from here, we're going to move into Shavasana, final relaxation. But of course, if there's any last gentle posture that your body's asking for, you can take that last posture. And for Shavasana, you might like to place a bolster under the knees to help the low back release. You might like a little pillow under the head. Whatever facilitates your relaxation here. And this is where your work is done. So we go through all those movements for this last pose. And this is the most important pose in our practice. A pose of completely letting go. Allowing the body and the breath to take over. Feel your body releasing to the mat. Feel the breath flowing through your body. And simply rest here. If you find your attention is locking into any one thing, see about holding space around whatever that is, either a sensation or a thought. And then see about breathing with it. On the inhalation, breathing into it. And on the exhalation, expanding out from it as if dissipating whatever it might be, a thought or a sensation or an emotion. Holding space for it, allowing it to be there. And then breathing with it, encouraging it to let go, to release. And progressively make the space that you're holding for it larger and larger. Eventually encompassing the whole body. Eventually encompassing the space that you're in. And the more space you hold for it, like a pinch of salt dissolving in the ocean, whatever it is loses its charge. The more space you can create for it. next exhalation, go ahead and draw the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. And then make your way to your side and come up into a comfortable seated meditation posture. See about bringing your Shavasana with you into your seat. Practicing being just as relaxed, upright, as you were lying down. See about relaxing once again to the body. Releasing control once again to the breath. Feeling the nurturing force of your breath. And see about holding space for yourself. Breathing with whatever is present for you. The inhalation, welcoming it in, allow it to be there. And the exhalation, expanding it out, encouraging it to release. And see about creating more and more space for yourself. Expanding your awareness more and more. Or you can allow those sensations, those feelings, those thoughts, like that pinch of salt, you can allow them to dissolve out into the ocean, where they no longer hold significance. But they're able to simply flow through you. Like waves in the ocean, rising to the surface and then receding once again. And it's through your connection to the breath, your relationship to the breath, that you find the courage to ride the waves of these strong emotions that may arise. And the breath will give you the courage to allow these feelings, thoughts, and emotions to flow through. And if your eyes are closed, slowly begin to open the eyes, keeping a soft downward gaze. And training yourself to be just as present with your body and your breath, with eyes open as you were with eyes closed. And then on your next inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale, hands together and down into the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. And then pausing with hands rested at heart center. And bowing your head to your hands as you honor that part of yourself that can hold space for yourself to allow that healing process to occur. And bowing as we honor each other. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. You're always welcome to continue with your meditation if you'd like. I understand if you just want to log off and do that.